Hello, Tyler. Welcome home. How's school going for you?
Yeah, school's going well so far. Really enjoying it up there. Training squad at the school is good. The course at the school is good, so it's all good.
You find it because I've been asking all the students who have come back, what's been the challenge outside of the training, outside of the sports side, for the school side? What's been your challenge?
Um, Probably just adjusting to kind of living in a different country in a bigger city. Living by myself, kind of getting around to places, kind of getting a feel for the environment. But it hasn't been too bad. I mean, the first couple of weeks just took some adjusting, but after that, kind of just able to move through with it.
Now over to the triathlon side. What are the particular things you've been working on to date to help you improve?
So far, it's been a lot of building up of a aerobic base, which is what I haven't really done this in the off season before. So right now, it's kind of just centered around building up a high volume aerobic base. So just getting lots of miles in on the bike, lots of miles in on the run, so that when it comes time, January, February, we can start layering on speed and be ready for the beginning of the season in around March and April.
So you would say at this point in time, you were probably fitter than you ever were at this current time of the year?
Yeah, I think that would be a fair assessment. It's difficult. Definitely, I'd say I'm probably in a better position than I've ever been in my triathlon career at this point in the year. So, yeah, very happy with it.
How are you confidence-wise? You always seem to be quietly confident about yourself. Well, that's the impression you get or you give out to people from the outside looking in. But how much confidence do you have in your ability that you can actually go on and be better than you possibly think you could be?
Yeah, definitely. I built up my confidence in the sport over the last sort of year based on pretty much results. And now being in a place where I am, where there's a very high level of people competing, that's also another thing that kind of helps build your confidence when you see the person that got the Olympic gold medal swimming across from you, and you're saying, okay, well, I mean, it's just another thing that kind of builds to your confidence. So, yeah, I mean, we'll see how the beginning of the season goes, but yeah, I mean, I'm confident that I can have a very good season this year.
Now, some would say it's an awe feeling to know that you have two of the world's best triathletes in the same stable as yourself. Has that confidence or that experience of looking over there and sort of admiring what they're doing instead of getting on to what you're doing, have you overcome that?
Yeah, exactly. Like maybe the first couple sessions, it was kind of like, yeah, kind of got out of the zone and was kind of more focused on what maybe they were doing than what I was doing myself. But I think after a couple weeks, it wears off, and you kind of just realize, like, yeah, like everyone's kind of in the same position, just working similar goals, really, when it comes down to it. So, yeah.
Now, last week, the announcement came that we won the 3 ITU series events for Bermuda. And obviously, you've competed at the junior level at various international competition, but earning this right to host this in Bermuda, how much do you want to be able to tell the people that you're training with, Bermuda's the place to go, come and see and come and compete on my training ground?
Right. Yeah. Like I've already started to try to spread the word out there. It's a WTS race, so I imagine most of the people out there will be coming. So it's gonna be definitely the biggest names in the sport competing in Bermuda, which is gonna be good. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. It's kind of another thing in the back of my mind that's continuing to motivate me to keep on training, because I'm gonna have the opportunity, hopefully in the next few years, to represent Bermuda in front of everyone. So yeah.
Now, you're in school, so you're going to be competing for your school as well. But how much of that individual pride would you have for yourself to make sure that you're always on the top end of the triathlons you'll do over in the UK?
It's difficult because there's the balance between competing for the school and then competing for myself. So there's already a race for the school, but I mean, for me, it didn't make sense to be peaking for that race in November when most of my season's taking place 4 months later. So it's a trade-off. Obviously, you want to represent the school well, but I think sort of my individual goals are a little bit more important. At the end of the day, triathlon's an individual sport. So definitely a good experience to be able to represent the school and kind of have that team atmosphere. but at the same time, got to kind of be looking out for the long-term goals of myself.
Do you plan to compete in April in the Continental Cup?
Yeah, Continental Cup here in April. Yeah, definitely planning to compete in that. Hopefully, it's a good race. It's going to be one of the first races of the season, so it should be a good indication of how my form's improved over the winter.
What's been the talk like around your school that now that a Bermudian is the #1 triathlete female in the world?
Yeah, definitely anytime you bring up Bermuda, people instantly associate it with Flora now. So it's incredible what she's been able to do. And I mean, even probably 3 or 4 years ago I went over there, I don't think many people would really know what Bermuda is, like if there's triathlon in Bermuda. But now it's just instantly associable with, Flora being the world #1. So it's a great feeling to have. And that's another thing that builds confidence, as we were saying, like having the world #1 come from Bermuda. It's like, well, she can do it. Anyone can do it.
Have you laid out your 4-year plan?
Yeah, I have a 4-year plan in the works. It's hard because so many things and factors can change from day to day and month to month. So, yeah, 4-year plan. Obviously, targeting 2020 would be the goal. Just to qualify for that would be incredible for me in the next 4 years. So yeah, that's kind of in 4 years. Yeah.